make that New Year's resolution. You got a few more hours. Happy New Year beginning tomorrow. We have a friend of ours to the show. This is Jen Kilbourne. Jen, one of the top 10 resolutions is to what?
Declutter, get organized. Yes.
Can you help us?
It's mine. It's my number one.
She said that yesterday. I go through periods of trying to do that. May I show you this early on? Cynthia, can I get a close-up before Jen straightens me out? This is the old chest of drawers at the front door of my house. And I threaten to go through this thing all the time. And look at all the junk in that darn thing. So I promise it will not look this way tomorrow, Jen.
All right. Sounds good.
What is not one of the #1 things that clutter our lives?
Paperwork is a huge thing. That is the #1 thing that people ask me about. Like, how do I even go through all the old stuff? Like, what do I do with the new stuff? And so what I often tell them is, you know, take a half a day or a whole day and get all your papers together so you can go through, you know, what you need to keep, what you need to toss. And then from now on, like, make a resolution to yourself that any new paper that comes in the house, go ahead and sort through the junk mail.
Go through it then.
Bring, you know, yes, make a good place for bills or anything that's time sensitive, like kids' permission slips, that kind of thing.
Well, some people, I assume, are like me. I'm a compartmentalizer in the sense that I buy boxes and briefcases, and they all go to the attic and don't usually ever get used. And I categorize things according to color. But is that necessarily a bad idea, categorizing with color?
No, I think that's a good idea.
Is it?
It is a good idea.
I just thought I had a mental problem.
You see what you have, you know, and then whenever the mood strikes you, you know which one you want to pick out.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like something that has to be a big thing for, at least for women, is closets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, that's a whole couple of days worth of organization, isn't it?
It is. It is. But it's so worth doing, because that's not, you know, that's a part of your life you got to, you know, use several times a day. And so, you know, if you get that one part straightened out, it can help your morning go a lot better. You feel better. Right. You know what you have. You know what you know, you shop smarter because you're not buying multiples of things that you already have.
Sure.
You know, so it's worth doing.
Yeah, keep that little black dress. Keep the little black dress.
The little black dress. You can have a couple of those, I think.
Well, and you know, I'm trying to think. Oh, by the way, this is the last day that you can get things out of your closet and give to Sal Army or Goodwill.
Yes.
And you know, with a tax write-off.
Yes.
Might motivate somebody.
Definitely.
Right. Well, what else can we start today and do?
Well, you know, if you have your whole house to organize, that feels really daunting, really overwhelming, because a lot of people, you know, they're perfectionists and they put it off because they can't do it all at one time. So my recommendation is to always just start small. Like, start with one thing that you can do. Start with your bathroom, because again, it's, you know, you have to use it every day. You know, your master bathroom is a really good place to, you know what's supposed to go in there and what's not. So that's a good place to start. You can get some success, you know, feel like, okay, I've decluttered, I've organized, and now I can move on to different parts of my house. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny you said that, because perfectionists, are they the worst declutterers because they don't think they can get it done right, so why try?
That's possibly true.
I just wondered.
Well, I think that's part of, you know, something for me too, is, you know, I really, if I clean something, I'm not good at just sort of straightening. I want to deep clean it off.
Right.
So that requires more time, and then I just put it off and put it off and put it off.
Right.
And then it's just a big mess like I'm got now.
Yeah. Well, at least through tonight, but you're going to start working on it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Well, maybe the next day. But
okay. That sounds
well,
good.
Jen, you can come into someone's house and help us. How do you make yourself available?
Well, they can contact me. You know, I do a kind of a walkthrough consultation of, you know, what it is they're dealing with in their home, especially if they're about to move. They have to, you know, they have to declutter before they, you know, start to pack. And especially if you're going to be staging your home for sale, decluttering is like the #1 thing you have to do, so that buyers can, you know, envision themselves in your house.
Right.
So that's a big part of what I do. And then, you know, when people get to the point where they've lived in a home for 30 or 40 years and they have lots of storage space, there becomes a time when they realize, okay, I got to downsize. I got to just start thinking about paring down so that I'm not leaving all these things for someone else to deal with after I'm gone.
You know? And your
so
kids, once you die, your kids sell them in one day at a yard sale, all that junk.
Right, right.
They're gone in a day.
Not always.
Well, we hope not. But so, do real estate people know you well? Are you ever called on by the realtors?
Absolutely.
I thought so. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, So I guess you're saying start small, make it attainable.
Yes.
You know, if you're going to resolve to do this.
Yes.
And that
Get
way,
some success so you feel, you know, look, I've accomplished something. It gives you the motivation to continue.
Yes.
And then if it's too big, call you.
Yes.
All right, and there's the website. Very good. So we will know how to get in touch with her.
I know. You might be hearing from me.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
New
Well,
Year.
coming up next, I'm in a show over at the Warehouse Theater, so I'm going to bring some other cast members, and we're going to talk about Streetcar Named Desire.
You're an actress,
Some days.
star of stage and screen.